Like many other nations in the continent at the moment, Kenya adores football and has thrown a lot of effort towards its growth in recent years. The sport was introduced into the land during the early phase of the 20th century, and in 1960 officially became recognized by FIFA, with the national football team Harambee Stars being formed that year. Since then, the sport has gone through numerous phases and transitions in build-up to the modern day. But what exactly is the history of football in Kenya? In this explainer, we try to find out. In 1963, it was decided that a national football league would be created and ran by the Kenya Football Association, which was led by founder chairman Isaac Lugonzo. Lugonzo was a renowned referee who had taken charge of the 1962 Africa Cup of Nations third place playoff. In 1964, John Kasioka took over as chairman after Lugonzo opted to get into active politics. Under Kasioka, two of Kenya's most famous clubs, AFC Leopards and Gor Mahia, were formed. The league kept running for 4 more years. In 1968, Ronald Ngala, then Minister for Corporates and Social Services, took over and dissolved the committee. The league was temporarily halted. In 1970, Martin Shikuku took over as the chairman of the FA, and under his tenure, was known for seemingly having an agenda against Gor Mahia, while subsequently being accused of favoring AFC. Minister for Corporates and Social Affairs Masinde Murilo dissolved Shikuku's committee and appointed a caretaker committee led by Billy Martin. Despite all this, Harambee Stars managed to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time ever in 1972. In 1973, following fresh elections, William Humphrey Ngah took over as the KFA chairman, narrowly beating Kenneth Matiba. Matiba, who is seen by many as a visionary in football, created a split committee, the Kenya Football Federation, with a view on professionalizing the sport. Matiba was also instrumental in helping form Kenya Breweries FC, now Tusker, before he quit football administration in 1978 to pursue politics. Eventually, KFF became the new football governing body, and it started running all the football leagues in the country. Under the stewardship of Clement Kashanja, the league was stable. In 1984, Job Omino took over as chairman of the federation, and it was in this time when Kenyan football was arguably most successful. The Kenya national team Harambee Stars managed to participate in 3 different Africa Cup of Nations, and Gor Mahia and AFC Leopards constantly participated in continental competitions. Gor Mahia managed to win the 1987 Africa Confederations Cup. AFC Leopards as well got to the semi-finals of the Africa Cup Winners' Cup. Kenya even successfully bid for the 1996 Africa Cup of Nations on the condition that a new stadium will be built in Mombasa, but this never came to fruition. However, owing to the fact that Omino was part of the Moi government opposition, the committee was dissolved in 1991. In 1993, he took charge of the federation again, and in his second stint in office, Kenya Breweries managed to get to the final of the Africa Cup Winners' Cup. In 1966, Peter Kenneth took over as the federation chairman, and under his tenure, the league was professionalized, and this is when the league was first sponsored, first by the Kenya Breweries Limited, where it became known as the Tusker Premier League, and then the British American Tobacco Company. Watch out for Part B, which will premiere next Tuesday exclusively on this channel, The Touchline Maniacs, in association with the Walk with Sagini show. For this and more content, remember to follow us on all our platforms. The link is in the description below.